Hello, Sullivan Showstoppers. As you can see, I still have the background up from our virtual award ceremony. I'm not sure if you remember, but the first day of school, I read you a book called First Day Jitters. This was a great way to kick off our school year because the teacher and the students can both be having nervous feelings about starting off a new year. But I don't know about you guys, but I really enjoyed our class and our school year, and all of you are so very special to me. And even though our school year ended a little bit different than normal, I would have to say it was truly a success. And that's because you guys worked so hard and were dedicated to doing your online learning and submitting all of those different projects to me. So I really appreciate your work, your parents' assistance. It really worked together out to be a great experience. So thank you so much for that. Today I wanted to share a story with you called Last Day Blues. I read this every single year on the last day of school, and it's kind of a nice way to end things and just kind of share the fact that we're all looking forward to summer break, but we had an awesome year together as well. So this is by the same author, Julie Danneberg, and the pictures are by Judy Love. On the Monday morning before the Friday that was the last day of school, Mrs. Hartwell took attendance. She sighed as she called out the last name. "I'm going to miss all of you," she said. The kids nodded in agreement. "I'm going to miss my friends," said Shannon. "I'm going to miss Daisy," said Dan. "I'm going to miss chocolate milk and pizza for lunch," said Joe. Everyone felt a little blue thinking about the last day of school, even Daisy. Looks like Daisy is the class pet. I don't think I would be on board with having a snake for a class pet myself. Sounds a little scary. That afternoon during recess, the students talked as they hung out on the jungle gym. "Mrs. Hartwell said she's going to miss us," said Alexandra, swinging from a bar. "We should get a present to cheer her up," said Eddie, hanging upside down by his knees. "I could give her the rest of my sandwich. It's my mom's bologna special," said Josh. "Or a coffee cup, or a new pen, the kind with feathers and beads." The students thought and thought, but couldn't come up with one single idea that they could all agree upon. "We'll think of something tomorrow," Eddie assured everyone as they lined up at the drinking fountain. On the Tuesday before the Friday that was the last day of school, Mrs. Hartwell read the final page of their last read-aloud book. "I'm going to miss circle time," said Mrs. Hartwell. "I'm going to miss science," said Emily. "I'm going to miss seeing Mrs. Hartwell wear her safety goggles during science," said Jack, giggling. And so before they got too sad, Mrs. Hartwell put on her safety goggles one last time, just for fun. Those are pretty awesome goggles. "We definitely need to cheer up Mrs. Hartwell," said Andy during recess, and he jumped out of a swing. "Any ideas about a present?" Eddie asked. "Nope," they all answered back. On the Wednesday before the Friday that was the last day of school, Mrs. Hartwell brought in her super duper sugar cookies with extra frosting. "I'm going to miss snack time, but I can't wait for barbecues by the pool," said Jack. "I'm going to miss recess, but I can't wait to play hide and seek outside after dinner," said Alexandra. "I'll miss school, but I can't wait for summer vacation," said Josh. The class discussed their summer plans and drowned their last day blues with another round of milk and sugar cookies. That sounds awesome. "I don't know whether to be happy or sad today," Andy said the minute they all arrived at the jungle gym. "Mrs. Hartwell is sad," said Olivia. "She probably doesn't want the school year to end." "While we're swimming, she'll be reading her old lesson plan," said Walker. "And while we're playing, she'll be trying to remember the fun times we had this year," said Dan. And that's when an idea zipped, zapped, and zinged through Eddie's brain. "I know exactly what will cheer her up," Eddie said, jumping down from the jungle gym. The class agreed it was perfect. On the Thursday before the Friday that was the last day of school, Eddie raised his hand right after Mrs. Hartwell started language arts. "We need some privacy, please," he said. And so Mrs. Hartwell took down bulletin boards with her back to the class. She never even peeked. Well, only once. On the morning of the Friday, that was the last day of school, that was a tricky sentence, the students dashed into the classroom. They snapped open the shades for the very last time. They did their chores for the very last time. They fed Daisy for the very last time. And as soon as the bell rang, they couldn't wait for Mrs. Hartwell to see her present for the very first time. Here it is. The last day of school makes us so blue. We'll miss recess and pizza and reading too. We'll miss Daisy and cookies and friendship true, snack time and science and learning new. We'll miss spelling bees for our test review and groundhogs that play peekaboo. The year's been great, a big wahoo! There are many things to miss, it's true, but mostly what we'll miss is you. And then all of the students, it looked like, signed their name around the sides. It's a special note. Later on during recess, Eddie said, I think Mrs. Hartwell liked her present. I just hope it helps, Margaret said. Poor Mrs. Hartwell, they all said sadly as they pictured their final goodbye. Teachers must hate the last day of school. And then it was time. The bell rang. Goodbye, the students called as they rushed out the door. Goodbye, Mrs. Hartwell, called after them. And then she returned to her empty classroom. It's just you and me, Daisy, she said. I'm sure going to miss them this summer. But I can't wait for vacation. Looks like those teachers are really enjoying themselves. And here looks like a few things that Mrs. Hartwell will be up to for the summer. Looks like doing a little bit of canoeing, going to the beach, and she's sleeping in her hammock. That looks pretty awesome. I hope that all of you have a wonderful summer as well. You are going to be so successful in 4th grade, I know it. I can't wait to see you in person and give you all hugs and find out what you are up to. And I really, really, truly, like I said earlier, had a wonderful school year with you and appreciate all of your hard work. I will miss you so much. Have a wonderful summer break.